Call the meeting in order.
I hope they can't see it on
Just sneezed on
camera.
my
No, it's the
sleeve.
hair on the inside of the ears that needs to get trimmed.
You need
Oh.
to get one of those
I
inside.
have
ear
one of those
trimmers.
too. I don't use it though. I
You
probably
should, really, yeah.
Change the, you can't afford the batteries.
Can we start?
In
I already
3,
called-
2,
I already
I
1.
feel like you should shave your head for this.
And 3, 2,
Oh, I should.
1.
I should shave my head.
You should.
I don't have any powder. Am I causing
I
a
have
glare?
6:06 p.m., 1806
I'm gonna have to
hours.
bring my makeup and touch up. for the next meeting.
Makeup.
YouTube, it's gonna be an old.
I
hits
forgot my
this week.
meeting minutes from last.
I did too,
Mm.
but they were really good. Nope. Yeah, I got them right
Would you
here.
like to borrow?
No, I don't. I have
Why do
September.
you need them?
Yeah, you had a
I just
lot
like to go
in
over
here.
them real quick.
I wasn't here, yeah. I'll make a motion to.
You
You
can't,
can't.
you were not here. You have to wait for him to read.
Just to get him
He's
going
like,
again.
like
Just
second
make the
grade.
I gotta move
reading
it before
level.
7.
I'm gonna make a motion to accept the October 6th meeting minutes.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, so next on the, oh, I'm sorry.
Can I keep these?
Yeah.
Mine are probably still in my mailbox.
Probably.
Yep, yeah, I checked.
You could have picked them up for me.
Town officials, community members, organizational representatives. Tony Molino, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So thanks for having me. I'm here tonight.
Yeah, on the text.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
home address?
101 Finch Road in Raynham. Yes.
Sorry. That's my fault.
So we've been presented with a situation from Babe Ruth baseball, and particularly the 5 through 12-year-old, 4 through 12-year-old division, which is Cal Ripken baseball, and they're planning over the next few years to change from the field dimensions. So right now, our major leagues, which are some 10-year-olds, 11 and 12-year-olds, play on field 4. Unless there's a reason not to, big reason not to, and it's a 46-foot mound and 60-foot base paths. A lot of baseball is starting to change, and that therefore, the Cal Ripken division is going to make that change too nationally, where they're going to get rid of the 46, 60-foot mound and base paths. So we're essentially in a position where we're out of the field to play on. It's not an immediate need to do it today type of situation.
What are they changing to?
50.
I'm sorry,
50,
50-foot mound,
50,
70 foot.
70.
Yeah, 50-foot mound, 70-foot base paths, and to put it in perspective, the Babe Ruth with a real size diamond is 60 feet 6 inches from the mound and 90-foot base paths.
I got it. We'll talk later.
Sorry.
It's like all other language.
So
Oh,
we don't
yeah, we got it.
we don't necessarily need to make the change today. However, financially, we're in a position where we'd like to go ahead and do it. If not this year, certainly by next year. We continue to raise a lot of money, and we want to put it back into the program so the people that have helped do the fundraising, their kids get the benefit of their efforts. So
Are you just looking at field 4 right now?
So here's the challenge. We, in conjunction to the longer base paths, we need really a bigger field. Ideally, it's 210 to 220 feet to the outfield. Field 4 right now is 190 feet. We measured it, not exact, so margin of error, 3 to 5 feet. But if we were to extend field 4 to even 210 feet, we're almost going all the way back to field 6. As it is, balls get hit onto
Yeah.
field 6 now. We don't have any Gallaghers coming that are hitting balls, over the third base.
No, but it's
Coach,
tight
but
enough as
It is close, and there's a safety concern if we made it on field 4. Less about where the batting cage is, but more so center field into field 6. So that was one option that we looked at. We also looked at Burke and possibly, let me take a step back. The other piece is if we extended it to field 4 in the center to right field piece of it, that cuts even more into Burke. And the issues we have with people walking right through that field to get over there. So we're shortening Burke, which probably isn't as big of a deal, but from a safety standpoint, you're gonna have people walking, it's gonna be even more people flowing in a more congested area. We talked about doing it to Burke, but, you know, then we run into an issue where it would have to be a convertible field, and we're not sure, you know, how we would have that demand. So, you know, we don't have lights on that field, so, you know, to play all of our games at McKinney isn't ideal. For, you know, if you just made that a convertible and played at Burke and played, you know, the new majors at 50, 70 there, you run out of space with McKinney sometimes. And our Babe Ruth program has grown from 2 to 3 to 4 teams. From 2 to 3 teams. So we were at 3 this past year, and we expect that to, you know, to continue to grow as the kids come through. So then we went and we looked at Field 5, and we have the road back there. If we were gonna essentially flip flop 4 and 5, you know, we would take the infield out of Field 4 and resod that onto Field 5. We'd have to go back on the fence. The same thing. We'd probably need to remove, you know, 10 to 20 feet of tree line, so we could kind of recreate the car path back there. But in terms of the effort involved, we'd have to move 2 light poles like we would on Field 4 and the foul pole in the scoreboard. But that's the same whether it's 4 or 5.
Or 6.
Well, 6, I don't think there's enough room because Field 7 is pretty close back.
Yeah, and the
There's no lights,
the
yeah.
scoreboard on
No
7, 7 we can't
7 we
move.
don't, we
anything.
can't move that, right, that's kind of, is what it is.
How big is Field 5 now? The
Field
outfield?
5's 190, it's almost the same, it's actually a little bit bigger than Field 4.
Yeah.
It used
But
to be a
you-
Babe Ruth field.
But we
back
have
then.
the room to go back there where it doesn't disrupt anything,
Yeah.
it's not a safety concern. I'm a little torn, just thinking that you kind of flip those fields. One of the things we'd have to do is build, you know, we have that equipment shed that serves as a scorer shed on the first base, between first base and home. There's that mulch bed there that we'd probably want to build a sort of, for lack of a better term, like a media center, somewhere we could we need to expand that area for the, you know, because you can only fit 1 or 2 people in that little shed there now, so we need to expand that a little bit, so there'd be some more room. But essentially, really, all it is it's flipping 4 and 5. The advantage is there; it's really safety. I think it's about the same amount of work, but we don't have, you know, if you keep Field 4 and you go back on the field, you have literally, you know, maybe 6 or 8 feet between where Field 6 is and you know, where Field 6, the stands are and the dugout to where Field 4 stops. So I'm coming here to ask,
But you're looking for 57, correct?
yes, yeah. That's exactly what it is. Just that we
What are the
need some
base
sort of
paths on
field.
4 now?
On 4 now?
I mean 5.
They're 60. They're 46-6. It can be used as like we use now.
It's the same size.
It's the same
field as
size
Field
in-
4.
Same size field.
Have you considered, instead of actually taking down the fence in Field 5 and moving everything, just raising the fence?
Yeah, so we have I mean, we could really do that with Field 4 too. The challenge is that
Doesn't bring in the other aspect
it
of the
does,
game.
yeah. You either hit a home run or a single because you're gonna hit a ball that's 210 feet.
No
Right.
doubles.
But there's no doubles, there's no
But it'd be
triples, so-
about $40,000 cheaper.
Yeah, so we're not really, you know, I'm not coming here looking for, you know, if you could help, you can help, and that's great, and we'll take whatever help we can. But, you know, it's not a matter of we're saying, hey, you know, you guys need to do this for us, please give us all the money. Again, if you can, we'll take whatever you know, you could contribute, but we're in a position where we need to do this for the,
But how, my question, this only affects though, you know, hosting tournaments. I mean, right now you're cutting yourself down to 1 field basically, correct?
well, we're on 1 field anyways, because we can't play on, you mean for baseball or softball?
Well, they host tournaments and they use 6 and
Softball?
4. No, baseball.
Oh, baseball. Well, for the Monty, yeah. I mean, the Monty, we would still be able to use any field because we could just drop a mound down. You know,
Yeah.
we use the portable mound. That wouldn't really make a change.
But like the regional tournaments.
Oh,
and
yes,
stuff.
so.
We only
just
use 1 field for the regional
All right.
and state tournaments and all that. We'd only need to use 1 field. If the time comes, so right now, those tournaments are all going back to double elimination, so you don't need 2 fields.
All right.
If the time comes, all we would need to do is go up on the field on Field 7 and it is what it is at that point, you know, you have one field that.
So you just need the one field,
Yeah,
the
we need one
50/70.
I mean, it can or it doesn't have to be convertible. You know, we're open to whatever. The people that walk the fields from our YBSA felt like just basically flipping 4 and 5 was the easiest, most logical, you know, in terms of safety and convenience and all of that.
Well, what does Cal Ripken say about convertible fields? Will
They're
they
fine
host-
with it.
All right,
Yeah.
I mean,
They're fine with even a portable mound.
yeah.
Today, right? There's nothing in there today that says it has to
Right.
be.
I just think that's the way to go, that I see a lot of towns going, is
Yeah.
with the convertible fields where you can play 46, 60,
You can play anything,
57,
yeah.
or 69.
And the reality is, because you're now playing with a portable mound,
Yeah,
so you can play softball there too.
softball there too, it gives you that
Yeah.
flexibility.
And what will it cost to expand
we-
5, field 5?
We haven't priced it out yet because there's a little cart before the horse. You know, I will say the one thing, the reason I initially thought that Burke was the best option. The other concern was just taking the look. We'll take what we can get, right? So don't mistake that, please. But was taking your kind of your Premier League, your major league that's always been showcased on Field 4, and pushing it out to the Babe Ruth field where it's kind of less. You know, there's no scoreboard, there's no lights. We'd have to. Scoreboard, whatever, we'd have to put lights in there. We'd have to find somewhere else for our Babe Ruth to go. It's not ideal to use that field. But making 4 or 5 a convertible that you can play anything on helps, for sure.
I think it's gonna be super expensive to move all that stuff.
On field 5,
Yeah,
yeah,
it might be cost prohibitive to do it.
right.
Are you talking like 6 figures, super expensive?
Well, you've gotta remove the fence, you gotta rewire everything, you gotta move the light posts, you gotta cut back the wood line.
So we have a $25,000 grant from Babe Ruth Baseball to use towards lights. It doesn't have to be the light bulbs themselves. It can be light poles.
Construction of.
So that helps us too as well. You know, and
That's huge. That's huge.
we're not in the 6
Because it
figure.
might cost you 25 grand to move those lights. And then you're just looking at sod and cutting back.
Yeah. And we can reuse the sod from field 4 to drop it on a field 5, so it's not like we'd have to go and, plant all new grass.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to regrade it and dig down.
Yeah.
and
I,
dig
I,
down.
I would like to see what it would cost to turn Burke into a multi-purpose field, and then throw the lights and
Okay.
all that, and what would it take to make that field the premier field
Okay.
for that type of baseball?
So I
The
can,
problem with that
There's
is
no
that,
irrigation.
I think the irrigation is there, I just think it's, I know the infield irrigation is there, but the outfield
At
irrigation
Burke?
isn't, yeah.
Yeah, what condition it is in is another whole.
Right, you have, no announcer's booth, no storage shed, no outfield fence, no lights. It just, even if you strip it and turn it into a conversion field, you're talking about a ton of money. I
I mean,
said,
to
so
put
either
lights
way,
and everything
regardless.
in it is gonna be expensive regardless.
I mean, and then. the
Right, and
footlights.
it isn't all
You're
gonna,
talking-
but I'm not, I wouldn't think it would be all done in 1 year, it's a project, but looking to the future, I mean, that's a field that, is actually already designed.
Plus, you lose an opportunity for the football program to use that as a practice area. Because that'll cut that into a third, and you wouldn't have an area for
No,
the younger teams.
No, the
If you put an
Diamonds-
outfield fence in there,
well, if you put an outfield fence.
Yeah,
You have to put a fence, yeah.
that would kill that area as
so
far as
from
open
a,
space.
from a
Yeah.
fence standpoint, we
Not to
did look
mention it
at
would back up to field
a
4.
removable
Yeah.
fence.
Yeah.
Right up.
But it does back right up to field 4.
Right,
And
I
we
mean,
looked
you'd
at a
be better
removable
off just
fence.
running that fence,
That would
and
give
that
you
way
what,
you would
210?
keep people from walking
No,
through there.
that's cut for Babe Ruth, so at a Babe Ruth level field, that's probably 360,
Yeah.
380.
Yeah.
For a 50-70, like the new major league, it's probably,
Two.
we don't need a fence unless there's tournament level play, and then we could put in one of those removable fences.
Yeah,
that's
and
1,000.
50-70 is usually 220, right?
Yeah.
That's 220.
That would keep the people from walking through the,
I was gonna
right
say, you
field,
could just put a fence
they
up and
always
then
have.
Yeah, Well,
keep people out.
fence
Yeah.
would, but
Yeah.
I mean, well, yeah, either way, I just would like to see what's more cost effective. Is it better to try and do, Burke, or is it, you know, more cost effective to try and do Field 5? I still think either way, it should be a multi-purpose field.
Well, that makes sense. Make it a multi-purpose.
No, I think it makes sense to go to a multi-purpose field, because then you can use it for anything, but the
Right.
question is, it's gonna be expensive regardless, because we've already established fields with lights and scoreboards and like all that stuff, irrigation, everything's gonna have to be pulled up, and so it's gonna be expensive no matter what. I think it's probably not
well,
gonna matter.
I think the one thing that we thought about was if we were to convert Field 5, Field 4 really has minimal impact to it. We're just taking the infield grass out.
Wouldn't even have, well, if you're gonna use it for
For
softball.
softball, yeah.
But
be-
I would recommend not even putting grass in on, Field 5. just
Yeah, we
leave
would.
it-
We would leave it skinned. Well, we could leave it skinned. We wouldn't have to, but we could.
Right.
Yeah.
And you
Initially.
might have already answered this, but was there a timeline that Cal Ripken was?
They said in the next 2 to 3 years. I doubt that they're gonna be able to pull it off that fast, but I
So
don't-
this
I don't
isn't,
think
and it's not something we have to do overnight either.
No.
It's something we can work
Be a
towards.
multi-year
It can be
project.
you know, a project that, you know, we're looking at 3 to 4 years to have completed.
So I think yeah, cool, right? Whatever we can, we're kind of
Right.
hat in hand on this. Our ideal would be to have it so the team. So this is so it'll be 2016, 2017, maybe 10, 2018. So to have it done for the 2018 season, so we've completely converted our program over. Because even though that might be a year or two ahead of them, it's already offered. They already have, for summer baseball, they already have this tournament level play going on. But that would be our ideal to have it, But then,
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to price it out both ways.
Yeah.
Mm.
so I can get, certain quotes, but I know like with the light poles, I can go and do it. I just know that when Stu had reached out about the lights, that wasn't a
Yeah,
good
and
thing.
I don't know if Team LP would do that for us,
Okay.
because it's not new construction. I mean, I could ask, but if we had to pay to do it, we'd probably have to get like Granite City Lighting or some company like that to.
Who did Carney did it before, right?
The lighting,
Yeah.
he provided the poles.
The poles. I would think that's I have no
Yeah.
idea, but I would think that's similar to moving them.
I don't know if he moves, I know he provided the product, but I don't know if he actually picked them up and
Okay.
planted them.
And the Team LP for Field 7 didn't do any of the electrical work. They just put the lights on the poles, on the,
Right, yeah,
And then we
Perfetti
had to
Electric did
hire-
the electrical.
yeah, they had to hire an electrical company to run
Yeah.
everything. So maybe they would take out the pole, maybe the Team LP would take out the poles and reset them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to call them, or if you want to call, I'll do
talk
whatever
to them
legwork you
and
want
see
me to
what
do.
they-
on it.
What's part of their community
Okay.
outreach.
And then I can get quotes on converting Burke and on converting Field 5 if you want. And I think skinning the infield on Field 4 is minimal cost. That's a grand maybe, couple $1,000.
And then what are you gonna put for material in there? You're gonna keep this native
We keep it the
infield?
same. Yeah, we essentially make that to look just like Field 5 looks now.
I would have it regraded while you do it
Yeah,
too.
yeah, we do that. The typical maintenance stuff that we do, yearly or biannual.
Oh, you cut that mound out of field 4.
That's what he's talking, and just make it like Field 5.
Yeah, well, I'm saying you wouldn't even have to pull the grass out unless you wanted to transfer.
Yeah, I don't think we'd want to play softball on grass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's not ideal.
that's not, but
Yeah, there's worse things, but we certainly wouldn't. I don't think.
But
we'd
if you're
have
gonna
those
do it
tournaments.
right, like she said, regrade it,
Right.
and,
Cause part of the grading issues we have there is because of the
Yes.
turf.
yep.
And the irrigation is in that grassy area in the middle now,
Yeah.
so we'd have to reconfigure the irrigation system. on
Is
that field.
Is this something that we should maybe communicate to the Board of Selectmen regarding the possibilities of a request going forward for finances to assist in?
Well, if they
This
were
type of-
going to, we would have to do, it would have to be a capital project. And that goes in front of the finance committee. Selectmen actually don't make any decisions on that.
So I think this like Warren said, if the baseball is backed into a corner,
Right, and then it would be up to the finance committee if they would even approve the project. And then if they approve it, then the voters vote on it.
so I guess moving forward from tonight, what would be the best thing to do? Should we establish some type of committee between a representative from this board and YBSA, and then communicate something with or to the finance committee to let them know what the
Well-
objective is, or what the hurdle is first, and then what the objective is?
Basically, the way that works is every department can put in a request. There's a time frame for that. They vote on them in the fall town meeting.
So the request to the finance committee would come from Park and Recreation?
Yes.
Come from you?
Mhm.
Okay.
So, and then you would have to give them what the cost of the project is. Anything over $10,000 is capital.
Mm-hmm.
And then they decide which project, so every department puts in their requests, and then they decide which requests they're gonna support.
So moving forward, do you think it's a good idea to at least give them some type of notification of, I mean, because it sounds like this might be an expensive proposal.
Yeah, but they won't meet until, I think the timeline is like in the spring, like late spring.
Okay.
So I wouldn't go to them until I had some concrete.
Some numbers?
Right. It wouldn't
Okay.
make any sense to contact them now because we
Okay.
could, but I mean, we're gonna have to get a real handle on what the cost is gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get that prior to your next meeting. I can try to get that, in the next couple of weeks, I'm sure.
I wouldn't rush it, Tony. I mean, I think we
Yeah.
got 2 years to work with.
Well, we
here.
also have to get the highway department on board.
Yeah.
They need to be involved in any decisions.
So maybe there should be a separate committee meeting. If we can establish a committee with the representative from YBSA, representative from Park and Recreation, and representative from Highway Department, to open that line of communication first and then move forward from there.
Yeah. Because everything has to get approved by highway anyway.
Okay.
Any plans, any work on the facility. So, I mean, you could start working on prices, but if we're not gonna do it for a year and a half, it's
Okay.
kind of a tentative. They'll
Yeah.
probably give you a ballpark estimate, but.
Yeah, okay. So in the meantime then, this is a little bit off topic, but, and I don't know if you guys can vote on that tonight, but we do need to do some minimal kind of maintenance work that we've done in the past. I can send you quotes in the past, but I don't know if it's too late to,
When are you gonna do,
I mean, we could either do them, soon, or we can do it in March.
is it just like,
It's relatively cosmetic, it's edging, it's,
like
it's,
the stuff that UConn sent in the
that we've
past?
done every year, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, it's up to you guys if you wanna vote on that. We don't have any scope of work, but.
It's typically
I think
been
I-
edging of the base paths and warning tracks and, adding material at our cost. And it's likely, we need to
Is
do
it
a little
field
bit,
4 and 5?
4, 5, 7, and we probably wanna put some stone dust into the batting cages just to level it out and and that can wait too, like that's not urgent. And then the bullpen on field 5, it's just lopsided but we can wait on that. I just think in terms of, if there's any digging that needs to go on, it's better to do it
Right.
now or
Or are you gonna wait?
wait till March.
Do you hire someone to do that, or volunteers?
We
You
hire.
I think that YBSA established a couple of years ago a maintenance program for those fields, and I know that we
Yeah, you're
voted
right.
for it in the past, so.
Yeah, I think it's, UConn does it, right?
Kenny's done it the last 3 years.
Yeah. Well, why don't you just get the quote to me?
Okay,
Cause it'll have all the details
right.
on it, and then we could vote tonight, and then if there's anything unusual on there, I can just give you a call.
Okay.
But if it's like pretty much the same maintenance. that
Yeah, it
we've
wouldn't
done
be,
in the
there's
past.
nothing that needs to really be done outside of that.
It's your turn.
Make a motion. My turn? Give me the gavel.
It's hard to soar like an eagle when you fly with a flock of turkeys.
Can I make a suggestion on that too?
Sure.
I never understood, because the part that's always a problem in those cages is the pitching area, and why they don't put a carpet there,
Yeah.
so, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we could,
You
we
would-
could spend on
Yeah.
that, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, that's-
Yeah, makes sense.
Some chocolate.
We don't pay for it either,
Oh, no.
right?
No.
We just have to approve the work.
I will
Oh,
make a
second.
motion. I didn't make it
Oh,
yet.
I thought, you just told me to
To
second
approve the
it.
field maintenance by RIPSA,
Barring any major,
barring any major expenses, expenditures.
I will second.
Any discussion? All in
that's
favor?
like the worst
Aye.
All right,
motion ever.
It was.
Yeah, just email me whatever.
okay, yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll get it.
Scope
over
of work,
to you.
and then as long as there's nothing goofy on that, we should be fine.
Okay,
And then that other,
That's gonna make it on the highlight.
we're gonna have to
What?
really figure out.
That turkey.
I'll let the highway guys know.
No,
I'll have
that
that'll
you
be
guys
cut it.
in
are
three,
looking
two,
into
one.
okay.
doing that.
Thank you.
And I'll call TMLP and see if that's something that they, would a project they would get involved in, or if that's something that they're.
They'd probably be able to point us in that direction anyways, right? They'd
Yeah.
know better than I would anyways. Okay,
Is that it?
all set?
Yep.
All set.
Thank you, everybody, very
Thanks,
much, I
Tony.
Thanks,
appreciate
Tony.
it.
All right, see you, Tony.
All right, have a good night.
Panning left, panning.
And he's gone.
Action. All right, moving on, old business. Oh, I think we just talked about that.
We did.
Okay, so we'll move on. Old business was proposed baseball field changes, which we touched on last meeting.
Oh, I have one other item on old business, if you don't mind.
It's not on the agenda.
No, it's generally old business. So I did get the athletic field project application from Jeremy Molesky to do the lights on Betancourt Field. And I'm pretty sure he did them already.
Yes.
And, we tentatively approved it at the last meeting, but it's all done. That's all good.
Nice.
I don't know what the final cost was, cause that's not on here. So, and I haven't heard anything from, it says 1,400 plus labor was their estimated cost. I don't think they got billed yet though, cause they just finished the work like a week or so ago, so. We may hear more about that in the future. You missed that.
I did.
They had to, replace two breakers at Betancourt Field with,
I could have done it.
150
That's
amp
nice.
breakers because they had 100 amp that were like
Screwdrivers.
27 years old that just kept,
Just kept popping.
yeah.
Blended breakers.
So they went ahead and did the work.
That
Since
should've
the
been
last
next
meeting.
week.
Yep.
That's it, that's all I
Should've
have for
been
old
a long
business.
wire. Oh, okay, moving on.
Mm-hmm.
New business, permit applications?
I have none.
Oh, check.
However, new business
Nate.
was, well, are we looking at the 2016? Is that the first
Oh, we
item?
reviewing the applications?
Yes, so that we
Oh,
can make
any
recommended
adjustments or
changes for the
recommendations?
future. Wait, there's one copy that says Liz on it, make sure you don't get that one, because I actually
That's
made
the
a
super
note.
secret copy.
I made a note on it. I
Look
think
at
I already
Liz.
took it on.
Mine says Luz.
Thank you.
It's right here.
I get one?
I have a comment, yes. So this is last year's. So we don't need to vote on it this evening, however, I would like you to look it over so that we can vote on it in the December meeting. But
So
the
that's
one
just like
We get
thing,
a month to chew on it
this
then.
is kinda homework, yeah.
Homework?
Yep.
Yes.
So one suggestion that I had, just because it irritates me all the time, and every year I forget to put this on there, for the single day request, we should put something on there that says time.
Agreed.
Because we're always like, geez, what time?
Is that
are we
page
here
3?
for?"
Last
That's the
page.
last page. On the actual permit application.
Yeah.
We have the date of use, but we don't have the time, so we need to add that detail. So take a look at it, see if you wanna consider raising the fees, or if you wanna keep them the same, or any other.
Have we asked around lately to see what other people are charging?
I haven't, but other people have asked me. A lot of towns are like going this route now, so.
Yeah,
Some of the other park and rec departments that are in the south region that I'm in are starting to like survey people. And for the most part, people are either doing it the way we do it, where they just, they allow the youth sports groups to use it at minimal cost or no cost, or they do the old double tax where they charge all the kids in their programs to use their fields. Like they have like a per head
yeah,
fee,
$25 per
Right.
kid. We'll
which
get some
I think
fertilizer.
last time we talked about that, we weren't really interested in doing that. And then they charge, per permits, either hourly or seasonally.
Okay.
I think our prices are probably still pretty reasonable compared to other towns.
Yeah.
I don't know if they charge, the softball league to play in Easton.
Yes,
I know they do, I just don't know what they charge.
I don't either. Oh, we didn't play in Easton this year.
No, you didn't? Probably 'cause
They
it
gave
was
up
too
Easton.
expensive.
No, the field was terrible.
So you just switched to Reed in here?
Yeah.
Because I think before you only used here, Gordon Colony, and then started
At first,
using
yeah.
Reed more
Yep.
frequently. But anyway, I can, if you want, I can, see what other, most of that information is like public information, like if you go onto like the websites of the local towns, you can see what they charge, but pretty much everybody's doing it the same way. They either don't charge their youth sports organizations, or they charge like a per head fee, which I don't know if we really need to do that. But anyway, we need to review that. And then I also have a copy of the application that everybody gets to fill out if they wanna do work on the fields. Like Tony needs to fill one of these out, but he's not really close to having any of the information on it yet. I'm not I don't think there's anything on here that we really need to change, but we kinda put this together just so that people weren't just coming in and like digging out fields and adding stuff, and it just lets us know who the contractor is that's doing the work, and making sure everybody's on board with it, and that everybody gets the permits that they need. So,
That's an old form.
I know, we came up with it, and it's like, it's done its job. Haven't really had to change it a whole lot. I could change some fonts or something if you'd like.
Baseball fields.
Just trying to move the meeting along.
You relax there.
All right,
Do we
fall
have any
permit.
fall permits?
We have one. We have Christ Community Church.
Oh, we got the Thanksgiving game coming up,
Yep.
and he put in an application,
Yeah, sort
a
of.
permit request? By phone?
By memory. By a
Pretty good.
week from now, hey Liz,
This is actually pretty good compared to years past.
thank you. It's like a whole bunch of information. It's a nugget. Nothing but the up and up over here in Park and Rec.
How's he doing anyways?
Jeff?
Yeah.
I don't know. Haven't talked to him in a while.
I never charged them before, right? For this,
He usually,
Freebie.
one of you guys usually goes down and opens up the thing and gets.
Yeah, I did it.
I mean, let's
My key's broken now.
get it
You gotta
fixed.
make a new key.
Stop making excuses.
It's broken, you're gonna have to
That's
tell
what
them.
happens when
I'm
you're like
working Thanksgiving.
illegally going in
I'm
there.
working Thanksgiving.
You working Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
What kind of Indian are you?
Did
I'm
they,
okay.
like, change the locks so that you couldn't get in there and then you broke a key in there?
No, my kids broke it. I'll blame it on Samantha.
Of course.
She did.
Wasn't Kyle.
You know she's gonna watch this stuff.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure she's watching it. I'll make a motion to accept the Christ Corner Church flag.
Community,
community.
it's not cool.
Community.
Corner.
Christ corner. Yeah.
Christ is on every corner, you know.
second.
He's not in the timeout
He
corner though.
seconded. He seconded.
All in, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No fee. I
Well, it's
assume.
not written right.
No fee.
And I
It
don't have
is,
my
it's just
glasses. And on my glasses, it
Any
looks like
idiot
corner.
knows it's Christ Community.
No,
Always been
Oh, I'm
Christ
sorry, I didn't
Community.
mean to call you an idiot.
I don't attend that.
It's just not
Congregation.
St. Anne's.
I go to St. Anne's. What church do you go to? Oh.
Church of Football. NFL.com.
Do you have your
FanDuel.
agenda?
FanDuel. No,
FanDuel, yeah.
FanDuel.com.
Well, Commissioners report, Jim, do you have anything? I wasn't asking you.
Where's Jim?
Jim Sullivan.
No, I'm
You can
thinking
think
too.
about it, though.
I do not.
Nothing? 2 months?
No.
2 months.
He wants a silence over here. He knows
Oh,
if
last
he
time I
says
did.
anything, I'll kick him, so.
I did last time.
Dave, the reed fence,
Reed Field fence,
right, that's a winter project.
on the project.
Tom said,
Is it enough?
great idea.
Jim Brow.
I don't
Well,
know
putting a
anything.
gate there.
But nothing, huh?
No, but.
No, he thought it was a good idea.
Oh,
He just has to take all the gates off in the winter so people don't walk their dogs.
Dogs. We almost made a whole meeting without talking about
I
dogs.
know,
signs.
Let me ask you this question.
I gotta answer.
Riddle me this.
Is this your
Americans
part
with
of your
Disabilities
report?
Act,
Yes, are we in compliance? No.
regardless of everything else, specifically with dogs,
Comfort dogs.
do we have a right to restrict them?
I don't believe I do. I've actually had a situation when that occurred.
Do we have a right to even ask them if it's a,
Well, I said, excuse me, ma'am, no dogs are allowed in the playground. And she said, it's a comfort dog. And I said, And then she had a paper that said that she has permission to bring the dog wherever she wants. So I said, okay, can you just do me a favor and make sure it doesn't go to the bathroom in the area, in the wood chips where the kids play and put them in their mouth. So I don't know what the law on that is, but I did approach somebody once and asked
I think we
them.
can still restrict dogs, but I don't think we can ask anybody what kind of dog it is. So if it's somebody with, and it's not comfort, it's rescue animal?
Service.
Service animal?
Service.
Doesn't have to be a dog, could be a monkey, could be a muskrat, could be a
Right.
snake. We don't have a right to ask them if that's a rescue animal. What we can ask them is it a pet?
Oh,
And then
so
they'll
I
respond
should have
accordingly.
rephrased the sentence and said, if that's a pet, you need to remove it from the playground. Got it.
Probably something we need to talk about.
Yeah. All right, well, I will be a little more, I'm glad you,
Maybe we need to adjust the
Pointed that
signs. No non-rescue animals allowed.
well, at this
It's been a while
point,
since there's been a monkey.
they
or a snake
only
down
have,
there.
the dog in the symbol,
C9
because we
monkey.
went with the Ghostbuster, so that everybody would, even if you didn't speak English, you would understand it, so we might have to change that to like a parrot, a snake, a dog.
Muskrat.
Potbelly pig
It's gonna be like a
Mhm.
pretty big
Those are
sign.
popular. Yeah,
as service animals.
yes, they are.
Actually, though, I don't think a bird would actually be an issue.
They poop and pee too.
They do, but it's not the volume. It's not gonna do that much damage, I don't
How
think.
about a Great Dane service animal? What about
Mm.
that? Ooh,
They're great dogs.
that's a big pile.
All right, so I will, I'll look into the wording of the law, see if we have to update any of that.
That's my commissioner report.
They're not required to have vests or anything identifying them?
But like I said, that woman did have a letter.
They,
Yeah.
I think most
One of
people
the
would
email-
probably have it, but you're not allowed to ask for it and they don't have to display it.
Yeah, she wasn't displaying it. She did,
Yeah.
when I asked her.
I think most reasonable persons with rescue animals would have some documentation just to kill the
Right.
conversation, discussion, argument, whatever it may be at the time.
Yeah, no, this wasn't an argument, it was
I
just a
mean,
conversation.
Yeah, no, but,
Especially if you
you know,
see signs all
restaurants,
over
you
the
see
place.
people bringing animals in restaurants and
Right.
everybody automatically just,
And
you know,
airplanes,
Yeah, airplanes.
I've seen that as well.
I'm gonna bring my rescue animal on a plane someday. Oh, sitting next to me.
He's your service
He's my
dog,
service animal.
service thing.
I don't know if he's a, yeah, you're.
I don't think you wanna walk around town saying he's your service
Yeah.
thing.
Really,
I love putting a
Chris.
choker on you.
This is a rated G program.
I mean, not that we would instigate that at all, but viewers at home, we can't be responsible for.
Right. Cut
Edit
that out,
please.
Matt.
Cut that.
Cut that out.
And 3,
And 3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
And we're back at Parking, right?
We will know by the end of the week if anybody watches our program. Guarantee it.
No, it's
Get a call from Randy. Hey,
can I
meeting,
have a
by the
word
way.
with you?
Let's talk about staff reports, SJ.
Nothing. Did you ask him? If
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did, I'm sorry.
You did. Like Pat.
Service person thing. I don't have any staff reports.
You're kidding me.
First
Would you like
time
me to
ever.
make up one?
Except for.
That's
No.
Except for that we had our race. We had our race last week. It went off very well.
That video was awesome.
The video was awesome.
That was awesome.
I
That's
can't
what
believe
that
I
It
was.
was
didn't
not
make it down
produced
there.
by the Raynham Channel, but it was pretty awesome.
You
I
gotta
read it in the
remind us
paper and I'm
on
like,
that
I gotta
stuff.
get down there. I gotta make sure that
Did you
I get
ride?
there. And then,
No, I didn't. I rode.
Because they have different
Yeah,
levels,
they did.
right?
They had an open.
what are you saying,
women's-
Jim?
No, meaning she's not a professional rider.
I
Because I
am
would
not
like to
in the
ride.
elite class, although I look like I might be. I'm not. But I actually brought my bike to the event, and I actually rode around and just checked
And
the
got a
course
flat.
out and stuff. Yeah, no, I
So
think
they're
Good
gonna look to come
Change
back
for
next year?
Right.
Change for.
yeah, they doubled the number of
'Cause
riders they had this year.
me, Chris, and
That's
Jim were thinking-
that was unbelievable.
They had like
I couldn't believe
100
that.
We're gonna put
50
together, we're
last
gonna
year,
put in
like
a
over
team.
400 or something he
Yeah.
said on the video.
Between
right?
the
We'll
three.
be in the team.
We'll put in a
different
team.
Next
No,
year.
I'm gonna be a referee.
races. It's not a team event.
Yeah, but we're gonna put in a team.
Well, you could. Tyler ran. Tyler rode. He did very well. They had the kids course.
Yeah.
That was really,
do
really
it.
cool.
I'll shave my head.
How
for that.
how long
Is it-
how long is
Well,
the
the
race
point.
miles wise?
The cyclocross race was like around a mile loop.
How many times
laps
around
on
the-
that?
So the way it works is it's a time frame. So they put everybody in the chute and they say go, and then at 45 minutes they stop, and you only
Oh, how
get
many
credit for
laps?
how many laps you completed.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So everybody just goes as hard as they
Oh,
can.
that's cool.
And then
I lose
the
track.
the mountain bike loop was a little bit longer. I think it was like close to 2 miles.
Really?
Because they did part of the cyclocross, and then they went up in the Pine Grove, and then around, and then back again. So same thing with the mountain bike.
You have about lighting up in there and everything?
No, because the mountain bikers are required to wear.
Lantern?
They have to have headlights.
Jeez.
Like, so you can't race without lights.
That looked like fun. I'm sorry I missed it.
But it was like, we went up in the Pine Grove at one point, and the riders, like, there would be like a clump of riders that were all kind of together, and then it would be like dark, and quiet, and you'd see one headlight like on the road.
Here comes Chris.
Yeah, and they're like going up the hill, like dying, right? And then Tom's like, ha, and I was like, that's really a hard skill, like to do that at nighttime. And him and like Billy Donnelly were like laughing at the riders. I'm like, you guys go get out on a bike and see how hard it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw the poor woman that, like the last woman got lapped by the guys, and I'm like, oh, that's a depressing point in the race where you're like, I think I can, and like, boom, the dude pros go flying by you. But yeah, they had a really good turnout, and they had the band, which I was a little nervous about that being too loud, but it really wasn't bad. And then
How was the beer? Good?
it was very good,
Okay,
and
just checking.
it was cold. And then Liz Moore the next morning sent me an email and said, you wouldn't even know anybody was here last night. Like,
Really?
They cleaned everything up. By like 10 o'clock the next morning, there wasn't any evidence that there was a race out here. They rode through the retention ponds, and like, so Tom met with Mike, the guy, Mike O'Connell, to set the course up ahead of time. So they figured the course out ahead of time, so there was no areas that we didn't, we had a problem with a lot of traffic. And again, the weather was awesome, and we didn't get a whole lot of rain before, so the grass, everything was in pretty good condition. Like, you can barely even tell where they rode already. If it was muddy and really wet, it might have looked different, but. So they would like to come back next year. They had a really good turnout this year.
I bet you they double in size next year.
Yeah, and it's a pretty good turnout for like a Wednesday night. The last race goes off at like 8:30, I think. So there were people from Rhode Island, Connecticut. There were people all over.
Was that little band? Was that band good?
Yeah, the Poor Men, P-O-U-R.
So they have like dual jobs? They play and then they pour?
Well, I don't know, but they're out in Bedford, and they're a good band.
Yeah.
You could probably like find them playing around. They've played in different places around here, but
I'm sorry I missed it. Even my wife, I showed my wife the video and she's like, where is that? And I said, look at it close. I said, that's Borden Colony. She goes, yes. What,
yeah,
you
it
making
totally
fun of
looks
me?
like shit.
Nope, I didn't say anything.
We're gonna edit your joke out.
It's Joe.
Forget it.
He obviously.
The format.
The poor man.
But
Dual
you
jobs.
post.
You turkeys.
That's all I have for a report. We had, and we actually only had like 2 guys, we had a flesh wound, which wasn't too bad. And then we had another guy that went over the handlebars and he used to like say, he said his shoulder hurt, and then the EMT was like checking his other shoulder and he's like, hey, you have like this huge bump right here. And the guy's like, oh, I've had that for a long time. That's not what the problem is.
Broke
Might
that in
wanna
the
get
race
that
in
checked out.
1999.
He's like,
Yeah.
I broke that years ago. It's never been right. Things like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, all in all, it was a pretty good night.
Good.
Sharpen my pencil. Can I borrow your ear?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Come on,
I made a motion to
Brown.
adjourn.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
Favor?
Aye.
Motion adjourned at record time 6:51.